a deployment process. And the first step in the process is locating the painter line. The painter line is going to be someplace on the life raft. It's going to look different than anything else on the raft. If it's in a hard shell container, it's going to be a rope or a cable coming out of one side of the life raft. If it's in a valise, it's going to have some kind of a marking that makes it look different. This has a big yellow patch that says to inflate life raft pull handle. Okay, so the first thing we do is under that patch is, oh my gosh, a handle. So we take this handle, and this is the painter line. So before I have our volunteer, we're going to take this and we're going to attach this to someplace really strong. We've just attached the raft now to someplace really strong on the boat. So that's like a mooring cleat. Now I can actually throw the life raft in the water. This container by itself will float. It'll float for an hour at least. So it'll just look back at you while you do that. But your job is to now to take the painter line, and you're going to pull the painter line until you get resistance. So you just pull it, and you want to stand over that. Stop. Yep. So you pull until you get resistance, and when you get resistance, you'll find the painter line actually wise out. And there's actually an activation cable, which is just a little shorter than the length of the painter line. So the next move is actually going to be to activate the life raft. The life raft is going to inflate using CO2, that's a compressed gas. It's actually a gas that responds by expanding in air, so it's cold as it comes out of the CO2 cylinder. And so as it expands, it inflates the raft. There's more gas in the cylinder than it takes to inflate the raft. So you'll hear a hissing when the raft gets fully inflated. That's the excess gas escaping through the pressure relief valves. Remember I talked about that guy who's the Mr. Fix-It gonna bug you in the life raft? You can have him initially try to look for the leak while that pressure relief valve is going on, because it'll give him something to do. Give it a tug like your life depends on it. Life rafts actually have less resistance and friction than they have on the ground, so that's why I popped that strap loose. That actually doesn't happen in the water, but rafts deploy right side up about 95% of the time these days. Manufacturers have kind of learned how to make that work. On this side of the life raft is the boarding raft.